Hello everybody, I'm John Evans and you're watching another episode of Mid-Mod Money, the show that teaches you how to buy and sell vintage items for a profit. Hey, thanks for tuning into this episode. Sincerely, we're at almost 2,500 subscribers, which is fantastic. So, I don't know, tell a friend. I don't know what it's going to take to get this up to where we're giving something away every week, but that's what I envision. So tell your friends to subscribe. We do this every Monday. And let's get to this week's thrift store haul, which is an amazing thrift store haul. No hyperbole this time. No, this is a fantastic high profit thrift store haul. First thing I found at my honey hole, the thrift store in my town that I like the most, Christian Crossing. I found this beautiful hardwood, almost like petrified wood. I don't know what they call this. It is 25 cents. It's an ashtray is what it is. And ashtrays sell. Tobacco stuff sells. They don't really make cool new ashtrays anymore. It says shure-Wood Designs New York on it. Beautiful grain. I got this cheap, 25 cents. I'll probably sell this for 16 bucks and pure profit. And it will sell because it's really cool. Wooden ashtray. I don't even know how that works. All right, next, speaking of ashtrays, holy smokes, would you look at that. This, now I don't have a black light, but this looks kind of like uranium glass. I suspect it isn't. But it does have a great green color. This was kind of an overpay. Not really. I mean, it was $8.99 and it's in perfect shape. So the fact that it's in perfect shape, no chips, no cracks, makes this very easy to sell. I've actually had these before, and it sold for 24, 25 bucks. I can't remember what, but in there somewhere. So, you know, at 9, I can sell it for 25. I'll still make, you know, some bread on this, and it's a fast sell because of the color. I don't know if the patriotic angle sells it, but I'd like to see if this is uranium glass. It sure has that look. Depression glass, Vaseline glass, some people call it. Next thing I found, holy smokes, this is the lifeblood of a antique mall booth. Stuff like this. I've said this before. Things like this. This was $3 at my local Goodwill store. $3. This is, of course, Pyrex, with a great pattern. And I suppose this was maybe, I don't know, where they put leftovers in there. All those weird Jell-O dishes they used to make. But this one has a great pattern. And I know just looking at this is going to sell for 15 bucks in my booth. And, you know, these little things that if you do this 25 times, boom, you've made your rent. And when you sell something big, you really start to see a little bit of money come in when you do that. But this is Pyrex. It's not particularly valuable, but, you know, it's the foot soldier of any antique dealer. Weird Pyrex. Okay, next thing I found. Let's do this. This caused quite a stir in my home when I brought these home from the townwide garage sale in Accident, Maryland. My girlfriend was so thrilled when I came through the door and couldn't be more excited about these beauties. I'm talking about the mugs. I barely see what's on them. It's they're like Vargas girls, pinups. You could even say these are probably early 60s original pinups, not marked. These two are in perfect condition. Perfect condition. This one has some issues, okay? These didn't have a price tag on them. And when I said to the lady, how much you want for those mugs? She's like, well, they're really old. And I am like thinking, yes, I know, they're old. And she goes, she's like, for the 3, I'd go $2. And I was expecting this huge buildup to, like, you know, she's gonna hit me with 12. $2 for 3 vintage pinup mugs. $2. These 3 are gonna sell for in the $35 range. Yes, people love this stuff, and authentic. And 2 of them are in good shape. One, The good thing is the chips, they're on the bottom and not here. It's a huge deal breaker here, not as big a deal breaker towards the edge. All right, next thing I found, speaking of ceramics, would you get a load of what I found at Christian Crossing? These next three things, I think, all came from the same home. But this gorgeous pink and gold Swann from Colonial Ceramics. How about that? I actually could read it. This is like a planter, right? And it is, while it is not a pink flamingo, it is a flamingo adjacent. Because of the color, because of the look, the gold and pink together really says 1960s. And this Swann planter, I thought it would be a little bit more when I found it, because this is in perfect shape. These go for around, 20 something plus shipping on eBay. So, it comes out to where this might be worth 30 bucks. But that's not bad, 30 bucks off 3. I'll probably put 28 on it and it will fly. Pardon the pun. It will fly out of my booth at 28 bucks. All right, next thing I found at a garage sale here in Oakland, Maryland. Got up early before the thrift stores opened to hit up this garage sale and found a couple of things. One is going to be featured on an upcoming episode, which is, I don't know if I should tease it, but it's going to be the weirdest thing that I've ever purchased. Teaser. So, cliffhanger alert. This next thing I found, holy smokes. Look at the color on this. This is a cutting board with a knife that hangs on your wall. And look what this lady wanted for it. $1. Are you kidding me? $1. And I was like, oh boy, I love this. I love this. And sometimes, like you see where it's missing paint? It's actually good in this case because it just looks distressed and it gives it kind of a boho vibe. Or, just anyone who wanted like vintage kitchen stuff. And the color is going to sell this. I paid $1 for it. Knife's good. I'm probably going to get between $20 and $22 for this cutting board. No marks, hard to say. It's probably 50s, I'm guessing. If I had to throw a number at it, somewhere in there. 1950s. Beautiful. Next thing I found. Sometimes you got to pay up at a thrift store. And this particular item has a tag that any reseller hates to see. And this is the tag. I hate even showing it to you. $10, $35 on eBay. The Phantom, here's what it's really worth. You're getting a deal. I hate that. When people do that, I hate when thrift stores show, because they're showing a for sale price, right? They're not showing it's sold for $35 on eBay. Some jackwagon is asking $35 for this. Okay, well, whether it's worth $35, we'll get to that. I bought it because of the color, and this is kind of like an enamel, but I don't think it is enamel. But it sure has that look. Great color, perfect condition. My research guy did a little bit of research on it. These are made in Israel, probably 60s. Well, from the color, I would say for sure 60s. And it's got a great look to it. And I think the actual value on something like this is closer to the high 20s. Which, if I say this is 29 bucks and I can make $19 off of one item, I'm going to do it. Even though it was $10, don't forget, $35 on eBay. Oh boy, enough with that. Next thing I found, again, I think the last three things were from the same home because they were in there at the same time. Talk about right place at the right time. Look at this freaking lamp. No shade, which doesn't matter. Like 9 times out of 10, the shades, I'd prefer to find a vintage shade to match. So if I'm buying a lamp, sometimes I just take the shade off and leave it and just pay for the lamp. But this was $10. On the bottom, the ceramic portion says made in Italy. Yep. This here is Italian, as we say in Oklahoma. But it's got great mid-century modern Trojan horses on it, brass, freaking amazing looking horses. The color on this is dead on 1960s. I think with the right shade, and I am going to search to make sure I have the right shade for this. I think I'm looking at $89. 89 bucks off of 10. Look at her. So how about that? 89 bucks off $10. Mid-century lamps. Well, we're down to our final thing. And speaking of lighting, and I love lamps and mid-century lighting, so this next thing really caught my eye. I'm going to give you the overview. There it is. This mid-century lamp. Holy smokes. A table lamp with great lines all the way to the bottom. I don't know if somebody handcrafted this. This strikes me as a project someone did. The top is good. It looks kind of stained glass. And an original shade. A lamp like this, you could see in an antique mall for probably between 80 and 120 at the high end. It's in pretty good shape. So I might start off asking $125 for that lamp. I found that at Goodwill in my town for $14.99. 14 bucks for the beautiful mid-century lamp. I paid $55 for everything you saw today. $55 when it's all said and done, mostly through my booth. My 3 booths at the antique mall. I'm going to sell them for 407 bucks off of 55. Not a bad week, and you can do it too. Anybody can do this. Just keep watching my program, keep going to flea markets, garage sales, and most importantly, remember, always round up.